Today, we are dining at Space 220. This is Epcot's most popular restaurant, offering a $79 prefix meal. I'm gonna show you tips to have the best dining experience and my favorite things to order as we sample a ton of the menu. Should you dine here on your next Disney visit? Let's go find out. First, I want to give a huge shout out to Space 220 for inviting me out today. It's been a while since I've dined here for dinner, and I'm excited to check out some of their new offerings.
We're going to space.
You're riding aboard the Mark V Stellarator, the latest in space elevator design and technology. Today, you'll have a spectacular view of Florida and the eastern seaboard. Enjoy the ride.
We have officially made it to space, and my last time dining here was actually for lunch, but it's important to note that lunch and dinner here are completely different. If you dine at Space 220 for lunch, the cost is $55 per adult and $29 per child. For that price, each person gets an appetizer as well as an entree. If you dine here for dinner, the cost is again $79 per adult and $35 per child, but your meal includes an appetizer, entree, and dessert. And not only are the courses different, the things on the menu are also different. A lot of the appetizers will stay the same throughout lunch and dinner, but the entrees are almost entirely different for lunch and dinner. Arguably the most important part of the meal has just arrived, the Diet Coke. Cheers. Okay, so they do give you this cool drink menu here that you could spin to see all of the different cocktails that they have, but it is very hard to show you guys on camera. So I just realized that they also have the drinks listed on the back of the food menu too. This is a lot easier to show you guys. They have a spritz, which is right up my alley actually. They have an old fashioned. They have a bunch of different cocktails actually. My favorite on this menu is the Up All Night. It's their version of an espresso martini with an astronaut ice cream on top. I love it. I think it's the best espresso martini in Epcot, but I've already had it before, so I kind of want to try something new that I haven't had before. I, of course, decided to order the Galaxy Spritz, which has Lagoon Bay aperitif, lychee liqueur, lemon juice, and Prosecco for $18. Apparently, my drink also sparkles a little bit. My mom is shining a flashlight on it. Can you guys see it? I just see bubbles, I think. I don't know if I see sparkle.
I feel like at the top you can see.
At the top? I just see some bubbles. I don't know. But let's see how this tastes. Now, my three favorite drinks, my go-to drinks that I would order on a menu would be an Aperol Spritz, an espresso martini, or a lychee martini. And this is a combination of two of them. It has all the good things about an Aperol Spritz mixed with all the good things I like about a lychee martini. It's not super sweet at all, but with that being said, it's way less bitter than your typical Aperol Spritz. It's not super bitter at all, and it's very, very light and refreshing. I like it.
Well, I let our lovely server choose my cocktail, and she chose the Shuttle Crew for me. It has Kettle One Peach and Orange Blossom Vodka, vanilla, tangerine, tropical Red Bull, and it has a Tang foam.
Well, why don't you give it a try there? Tell us how you like it. Yeah, you have to do the smell test.
Stiff my drinks. Oh yeah, it smells peachy and orangey. Ooh, that is good. Very good, very sweet. I like sweet drinks, so that's what I told her. So that's what she chose for me.
It passes the sweet test. How is that foam? Because it has like an orange tang foam.
I thought it was gonna. Oh, I thought it had Pop Rocks in it, but no, it's just foam. I mean, it's good. It's orangey.
So we've got our drinks here, but we also ended up with a glass of wine that I was told I have to try. Has such a cool story. This is so new, it's actually not even on the menu yet, and it's made using yeast that's been grown on the International Space Station, which is really cool. Let's try it out. I feel like I am the least picky person when it comes to wine. You could give me a $2-3 bottle of wine and I'll enjoy it, or you can give me an expensive bottle of wine and I'll enjoy it, as long as it's not too sweet. And this is a nice deep red. That's about all I know about wine, but I enjoy it, and I think it has such a cool story that I would recommend ordering it. But let's talk food, and as I mentioned, you get to choose an appetizer, entree, and a dessert for the $79. So you get to choose one thing from each of these little sections of the menu. For the appetizers, they have some calamari. They have a buffalo cauliflower that is very good. That's a classic. That's like a must-get for most people when they come here. They have tuna tartare, a beet salad, which is actually my favorite appetizer. They have a Caesar salad, shrimp tacos, antipasto, and a beef carpaccio. Moving on down, our entrees include a short rib, grouper, salmon, chicken, a pad thai, a pork tenderloin, or a filet mignon, which you can add some shrimp onto for $15, or a shelled half lobster for an additional $18. But if you weren't interested in getting any of these entrees here, you are able to kind of upgrade your entree course for an additional amount of money. You could get a pound-and-a-half stuffed baked lobster for $22, additional onto that $79, or you could upgrade to a 24-ounce bone-in ribeye for an additional $20. I've never tried either of those, but I hear the ribeye is pretty good with that coffee spice rub. That sounds delicious. As for our desserts, I hear they just kind of changed a couple of the different things up. They have the carrot cake, which has always been here, but the s'mores dessert is new, as is the apple Cosmo down there. We might have to try those out. And just in case that wasn't enough food, you could also add a side onto your meals. They have some potatoes, some truffle fries, some carrots, broccolini, or some Brussels sprouts. So certainly a very big menu. If you wanted to add something additional onto your meal, you are able to do so. So if, say you wanted to try 2 of the appetizers, you couldn't decide what appetizer to order. You can order a second appetizer for an additional cost, or you could order something from the lounge menu onto your meal. Here at Space 220, they do have a lounge. We are currently seated just outside of the lounge. It has an entirely different menu, and a lot of people really like dining at the lounge because you don't have to order the prefix meal. You can kind of just order some light bites and some drinks in the lounge. You do need a reservation to dine at the lounge, but on top of the lounge, there is another seating option. They do have some bar seating, which I believe is first come, first serve, where you could also order that lounge menu. So if you didn't want to do the whole prefix, the appetizer, the entree, and dessert, you can just dine at the lounge for a lot cheaper. And we just talked about how you could add additional things onto your order, and we certainly took advantage of that. We've got a bunch of different appetizers here to try. We'll start with the most popular appetizer on the menu, the Blue Moon Cauliflower. This is tempura fried cauliflower with a house-made hot sauce and blue cheese dust. I'm not someone who likes blue cheese that much, but I always say when it's done tastefully, I can enjoy it. And this is certainly done tastefully. You can't really tell it's blue cheese. It just tastes more like a little additional creamy element on there. And I remember when this appetizer was so much bigger. I feel like it's really shrunk down in size as the years have gone on, but it has not lost its flavor. I had this last time I was here, and it was so good still. And all that house-made hot sauce, and I feel like you could just tell how good that hot sauce looks. It looks so like rich and bright and vibrant, and it tastes that way too. This is truly the perfect buffalo cauliflower. It's definitely the best I've ever had. The cauliflower tastes so fresh. It is so crispy and delicious. The cauliflower inside of that batter is also so soft. It literally like melts in your mouth. And that buffalo sauce, the house-made hot sauce, is 100% the game changer here. You could put that hot sauce. I wish it had more things actually with this hot sauce because I would eat that right up. That blue cheese dust is like the perfect finish. I feel like you can't go wrong with this appetizer. It's also the perfect thing to order. They have it on the lounge menu as well. You could order this at the lounge, and I would definitely recommend trying this, especially if you've never had it before. This is like the perfect place to start. It's kind of what they're known for. And I know a lot of people's like favorite food at Disney actually. So definitely try this out. But the real test is going to be if my cauliflower hater mother likes it. Actually, this is not a good test because my mom does not like anything, any aspect of this appetizer. She doesn't like cauliflower, she doesn't like hot things, and she doesn't like blue cheese. So actually, I don't know how this is gonna go.
I really don't like buffalo sauce.
Yeah, that's what I said. You don't like hot things.
Okay. So the good news is that it doesn't taste like cauliflower.
That's a start.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of liked it. It wasn't bad.
Get a little bit of that hot sauce on there.
Yeah, well, you know what? I didn't get it until like just now. I didn't put that much on it. Like I just put a little bit, but it was pretty good. I didn't taste the blue cheese on it.
We tried the classic appetizer in the cauliflower. Now we're going to try one of the newer appetizers to the menu, the Neptuna Tartare. This has bluefin tuna, wasabi, avocado, and pineapple with mango in a penny puri. This presentation is actually really cool because the penny puris look like little planets, and then you have like kind of the orbit around it and the stars in the different sauces. So this presentation is perfectly on theme. Now, I believe they have these penny puris on the menu at Beet. I don't think I've ever had them, but that's kind of where I know them from, and it's almost like a wonton chip. That's what it feels like, at least, and then it's stuffed with all of those different ingredients. But I definitely want to get some of this like fruity mango pineapple sauce on there as well. We got some of the avocado wasabi too. Let's try it out. The first thing that I tasted were those sauces. That mango pineapple sauce tastes so fresh, and the avocado wasabi is really nice and creamy, and it also has a little bit of a kick. You got to get quite a bit of that sauce on it to really get that kick, but when you do, it's really good. And I think those flavors pair really well with the dish, especially the little penny puri here. I think it's delicious. However, I can't really taste the tuna at all. I will say there's not that much tuna stuffed into each of these, and the only thing that I'm tasting, I'm assuming the tuna has been tossed in some type of like sesame oil, and I like that nuttiness coming through, but I just don't get any like seafood or any tuna flavor whatsoever. If they put just like 2 to 3 times the amount of tuna in this, I think it would be really, really good. So I like that crunchy element of it too. Like it pairs really well with the pani puri, but the fact that it's in there, it just takes away from that tuna flavor. Add some more in here and we'd be golden. I want to show you guys what my mom got for her appetizer as well.
I'm pretty basic, so I ordered the Centauri Caesar salad, romaine lettuce, classic Caesar dressing, Parmigiano Reggiano, toasted garlic crouton.
You're already digging in here though. How was it?
It was pretty good. I remember it when it was the long lettuce. Now it's like chopped. I mean,
It was
basic.
served more in a wedge.
Yeah. And this is like the regular one chopped up that you get all over Disney property. I mean, it's good.
This Caesar salad doesn't come with any protein or anything in it. It really just has like the cheese and the croutons. It's a classic Caesar salad. So if I'm paying $79 for the prefix meal, I'm not sure if I would necessarily order this because you're really not getting a good value out of that. I'd say some of the other appetizers on the menu deliver you a way better value than just a plain old Caesar salad would. So our final appetizer that we have to try is the other salad on the menu, the Phantom Galaxy Beet Salad. This has petite rosette lettuce with herb pesto, hazelnuts, and caramelized goat cheese. These 3 little pucks of goat cheese are truly what my dreams are made of. The goat cheese here is so good and totally makes this beet salad for me. It is the reason that I have to order this like every single time I come to Space 220. Look at that caramelization. It's like creme brulee goat cheese. Bruleed goat cheese, and you pair it with that pesto and the beet. I feel like this is the creamiest goat cheese I've ever had. It doesn't have too much of a tang like a typical goat cheese, but man, it tastes so good. Brulee. They just put the sugar on it and toast it up a little bit so it has a little bit of a crunch. Unreal. The beets add a little bit of earthiness, and that pesto is so nice and fresh. I feel like every time I go out and I see a beet with goat cheese salad on a menu, I order it in hopes that it's as good as this beet and goat cheese salad, and it never is. This is like the best one I have ever had. It is truly fantastic. I know this is another thing that's kind of like on the cheaper side of a menu, but it's so good. Even if I'm trying to maximize the value I'm getting out of this meal, I'm gonna order this. Our entrees, enhancements, and sides just arrived, and guys, We have so much food to enjoy. We're just saying how much we're gonna bring home to my dad. But look at how much we have to try. We have a filet here. We've got the salmon in the back. That one's actually mine. We've got some truffle fries, the Brussels sprouts. We've got the enhancements of lobster and shrimp, and we also got a little short rib to share. But like I said, I went with these salmon. This is the Galactic Miso salmon. It's a miso glazed salmon fillet with sauteed leeks, a tempura fried mushroom, all in a curry blood orange beurre blanc. So this salmon looks great. It looks like it has a really good charred kind of crust on the outside, and it's a pretty big fillet as well. It's a generous portion. What is really crazy on this plate though is this tempura mushroom. I have never seen anything like it. I'm assuming it's like enoki mushrooms because they're all kind of together, or I don't know, whatever it is, it looks crazy. I have to try this first. I won't lie, that's not great. I had higher expectations for this, but it really just tastes like batter. So it's not bad, it just tastes like fried batter. There's not really any other flavor going on there, but let's dive into this salmon here. We'll cut off a little piece, super tender. This salmon is perfectly cooked. Honestly, one of the most perfectly cooked pieces of salmon I have ever had at Disney World. It's almost like buttery as well, and that miso flavor is absolutely delicious on here. One of the other really strong flavors that you get with this salmon is that curry sauce. Now, I must admit, I am not the biggest fan of curries. However, I feel like this curry sauce is mild enough and buttery enough that I enjoy it. I just got a bite from the top actually, and when you get it from the top without getting any of that curry sauce, I do think it's even better because that miso flavor really shines and is so, so, so good. I would get this again, but I would ask for it with the sauce on the side so I could kind of control the amount of sauce that I get because it truly does not need that sauce at all.
I ordered the Orbit Filet Mignon. It's an 8-ounce beef tenderloin, loaded bacon and cheese, potato gratin, and a balsamic demi-glace.
All right, go ahead and cut into that filet. I'm definitely gonna have to grab a piece there. She ordered it medium well, and I'd say that is
Perfect.
pretty spot on. That's your ideal steak right there. She always tries to order it medium. She looks at the waiter every time they say, "How do you like your steak?" And she's like, "Well, I like it medium, but also medium well." I'm like, "Mom, just go with the medium well." And I think it paid off this time.
It's super tender, perfectly cooked, and I like the char on the outside too. That's really good. Probably my favorite steak on property is the char-crusted strip steak at Flying Fish, but I have to be honest, I haven't had it in a few years. I have had this filet another time, and I did not enjoy it, but it is really perfectly cooked. It was the last time I had it, it was too well done. But this is really delicious.
Spot on. Well, I'm really excited to try not only that steak, I'm really eyeing that potato there. I gotta break myself off a piece of this potato. I think it's got some sour cream in there too. I've never seen a potato served like this. This is like, it almost looks like a mashed potato, but then just formed into a log. Yeah, it's very soft.
A bacon.
The bacon in there adds a great flavor. I think I would have preferred just like plain mashed potatoes, but it's fine. And I tried a piece of that steak. She's not lying. It is so tender, and I don't like a medium well steak. I order my steak medium rare, but it was tender enough, and even though it's way overcooked for my liking, it still tasted great. And that balsamic demi-glace on there is so good. It's like a little sweet. That balsamic is delicious. We've also got some enhancements that we added onto our entrees here. My mom added on the jumbo shrimp for an additional $15, and I decided to add on the shelled half lobster for an additional $18. We'll start with the shrimp here. We have 3 shrimp that are pretty tiny. I definitely think I expected them to be a bit bigger for $15 because each shrimp here is $5, and this is definitely not a $5 shrimp. In comparison, me and my mom always compare shrimp to the ones you could get at the boathouse. Those are $5 a piece, so it's the same price as this, and it's maybe triple the size. But I want to dunk it in a little bit of that extra garlicky butter there and try it out. I mean, the taste is great. They're cooked well, and that garlic butter sauce is so good. Put this over some pasta. I'm begging Space 220 to make a shrimp scampi.
Yeah.
Use this exact recipe and just put it over some angel hair or some spaghetti or some linguine. And man, that would be good because that butter sauce, out of this world. But is it worth $15 for just 3 shrimp? I'm not entirely sure, but it's tasty. Now our lobster is also poaching in some butter. I'm hoping it's the same butter that came with the shrimp. It looks like we have a claw and maybe a half of a tail there. I got the claw part. I'll save you the tail part, Mom. It's not the same butter. It's definitely just like plain clarified butter, but honestly, I might take this lobster for a dunk in that garlic butter because that is liquid gold. Again, cooked really well, nice and tender, a little bit sweet. My mom saved me a bite of the tail and it was so soft. It like melted in your mouth.
It really did.
Okay, it's good.
It's good.
It's good, no doubt about that. What did you just say, ma'am?
I said that lobster is better than the lobster tail at Narcoossee's.
Wow. Now our final entree that we have to try is the slow rotation 0G short rib. This is a braised short rib with cheddar grits, bacon, carrots, and haricot verts. As I was looking at this, I was like, oh my gosh, that looks like a bacon on top. And then I read the description, and sure enough, it is. And I feel like that's gonna add so much flavor to this. But the ultimate test, how tender is this short rib? Does it just fall apart? That is looking good. I made sure to get the biggest chunk of bacon I could find on this first bite. That is delicious, and the bacon totally makes it. The meat is, again, cooked perfectly. I feel like everything that we have eaten today has just been cooked to perfection, and this short rib here is no different. The bacon on there adds so much flavor and a great like crispy, crunchy element to it as well. And I want to try it with a bit of those cheddar grits there, a little combo bite. Those grits are so creamy, it almost tastes like mashed potato, and it pairs so well with that short rib. This is delicious as well. I'm being told the carrots were cooked in what? Bacon grease or something?
Bacon fat, yeah.
Ooh. You can tell they're sweet but savory at the same time, and they're so buttery. I feel like this is probably like the most unhealthy carrot you could possibly have, but it tastes great. I feel like I have had this before and it wasn't as good as it is tonight. I don't know, this is really standing out to me. But honestly, all 3 entrees were so good. Like, I do not know. If I came back, I would probably go with the filet or the short rib here. The salmon was great, but I feel like you could get a good cooked salmon or a good salmon dish at many places. But the filet and the short rib tonight were like just standing out a little bit more to me. But all 3 were really good. We are somehow not done yet. There are 2 more things to try. They brought us out a side of truffle fries and Brussels sprouts. And I have to say, from the moment that these Brussels sprouts were brought to the table, I have been smelling them. They are still super fragrant and they look amazing. These are caramelized Brussels sprouts with balsamic and Parmesan. This side costs $9. I am getting the Brussels sprout right on the top with the most Parmesan and balsamic there. I feel like these are simply done, but done well. The balsamic is great, the Parmesan is great. I don't know if it's just because these have been sitting for a while we ate everything else, but they're not super crispy. They could be a little bit crispier. But again, that could just be because they've been sitting here for a little bit. But they're tasty, and it's a big portion for $9. And finally, our side of truffled herb Parmesan thin cut fries that cost $9. I think I've had these before. Let's see if what I'm remembering from when I had them last time is the same. So these are just your regular Disney French fries that you could get at any restaurant, coated in some truffle oil and some Parmesan and fresh herbs. Now, are Disney French fries good? Yes, especially if you coat them in some truffle oil. But I wish there was a little bit more to them, since you could just go get these French fries outside at Connections. The truffle oil is good, and it doesn't taste like too artificial. Sometimes truffle fries can be like too overdone, and these aren't. For $9, it is a decently sized bowl, But I just don't know if I would like need to get these because they are pretty basic. I wish I used like fresh cut fries or a different kind of fry because they just taste too similar to the Connections fries that you could get next door with your chicken tenders. While we wait for our dessert, we've had a great meal so far. What was your favorite thing that you tried?
I really have. I mean, the filet was good, but that lobster, oh my God. If you watch the channel, you know I'm a shrimp girly, but that lobster was unbelievable.
Yeah, I'd say I agree. The filet, the lobster, and I really like the short rib as well. And, of course, the beet and goat cheese salad.
I liked it, but I'm never going to choose a short rib over a filet. Yeah.
I will choose it over a filet sometimes, and I feel like here, I might. It was really good. That bacon was the extra thing it needed. So for dessert, we decided to order the 2 new desserts on the menu, the s'mores and the apple dessert, and both are looking great. This gelato is quickly melting, so let's dig into this apple Cosmo. It's an apple cake with vanilla sauce, warm caramel, vanilla gelato, and apple crisp. Now, like I said, this is brand new, and a lot of people have said it is very good. I really like the apple cake that they have at the Kringla Bakery in Norway, and I'm really happy this is an apple cake and not like an apple pie because it's different, and I love a good apple cake. So we'll dive in here. This is a house-made gelato, by the way. Yeah, that is really good. The cake almost tastes like a combination of bread pudding, a cinnamon roll, and apple pie. And it's delicious. It's super cinnamony. You get really nice chunks of apple in the cake and the vanilla gelato melting over top. Really good as well. This is a really good dessert. This is actually probably one of the best desserts I've had at Space 220. Now, I know I really like that apple dessert, but I am honestly most excited for the Stellar S'mores. This has graham cracker cookie, toasted meringue, chocolate cream, and fudge sauce. I think I literally just had something s'mores, and I said, whenever I'm served a s'mores dessert, there is never enough graham cracker. They always really underdo the amount of graham cracker, and that's like my favorite part of s'mores. I love the graham cracker element. And I feel like this is like the first s'mores dessert that I have ever received that actually has a significant amount of graham cracker crumbs. And right off the bat, I really appreciate that. While it looks very good from the outside, I'm really curious as to what the inside of this dessert is going to look like. So figured we could find out together here. Oh my God, it is so thick and fudgy. It's like sticking together. Okay, it's like a cake there with some the chocolate fudge on top. It looks good. That's a very small cake. Oh wait, is there cake under? Oh my God, there's like a whole graham cracker underneath. Do you guys see that? All right, we've got a little bit of everything here. Really rich, fudgy, and chocolatey, but I'm missing a little bit of a marshmallow kind of flavor. We have the meringue, but that's not marshmallow. The only marshmallow aspect we have are these very mini marshmallows at the bottom. I feel like if they put a layer of fluff between that chocolate cake and the graham cracker, it would be perfect. And it also needs a little bit of that fluff or a little bit of extra moisture because that cookie, the graham cracker cookie on the bottom, is a little bit dry. So that would kind of help with that aspect as well. It's good, but I can't believe I'm saying this. I like the apple better.
Epcot is now coming into view. When you dock, gather your belongings, exit through the open airlock, and watch your younger travelers. Cleared for arrival.
I think it's safe to say best meal we've had at Space 220.
Yeah.
By far. I definitely think dinner is the way to go if you are dining at Space 220 for the prefix meal. I've got to be honest, last time I dined at Space was for lunch, and I didn't really care for the food that much, especially the entrees. I find the entrees at dinner to be far better. So if I'm not dining at the lounge, catch me at Space 220 for dinner. Again, I want to thank the Space 220 team for having me out tonight, all of you guys for watching this video, and of course, everyone over on Patreon. I really appreciate your support. If you enjoy honest Disney food reviews, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.